Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to a channel original here. Some Frostpunk 2. Some Friday Night Frostpunk here in Frostpunk 2. All right, first things first. Let's make sure everything's working here. Hello, mate. Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right, what do we got going on here? Hey, Radical Anarchist, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Ready for some ham nanigans? Oh my god, I love it. You know I love a good pun. Ham nanigans. I'm gonna be using that from now on. The ham nanigans is here. How are you? Today is slow at work. I need the distraction. Nice. Well, you've come to the right place because we are. I hesitate to say we got a new game going. I mean, we got a new run going, but. This was one of the original games that I streamed back when I first started, back when there were no DLC for it yet. So I'm really excited for this. So the new DLC, Breach of Trust, came out, I believe it's last month at this point now. Our Civ 7 Friday runs went a little longer than I thought, but we are back with some Frostpunk 2. So we're going to be checking out some of the Utopia Mode stuff on Breach of Trust here. So let's get it going. Let's get it started. We're going to be doing Utopia Mode. I'm not adding a tail into this one because I find the run ends up being all about the tail, and I want to check out some of the new stuff here. So we're not going to do that. Communities. This was something new from the last DLC. You can now choose what communities you start with. I think it's cool that they add that, but I do think there's something about randomizing it. I also like not knowing until you start, but we're going to randomize it, so let's see what we get. Alright, so we're starting with the foragers, the merchants, and the thinkers. We've got the proteans. Okay, nice. Proteans are good. So, they're good relations perk. We get healthcare assistance. Not bad, not bad. Is this also Paradox? No, this is one of the few non-Paradox games I stream. No, this is from 11-Bit Studios. So they also made games like This War of Mine and The Altars recently, another very cool game. But between Frostpunk and This War of Mine, they are the, what would you call it? I mean, I don't want to call them the downer game company because their games are so much fun, but boy, do they hit you hard. It's been on my radar for a bit. It came up in a compilation of good city building games, especially as one that was on the more challenging side. Yeah, this game is fantastic. It got a little bit of... I feel like the reception of it when it was first released was not fair, because Frostpunk 1 was such a hit, and I think everybody was expecting like Frostpunk 1 remastered, basically. And this is a completely different game from Frostpunk 1. And it's, even me, I have to say, it took me a moment to get used to it, but it was fantastic. Once you got used to it, once you got the hang of it, you're like, oh, this is such a fantastic game. All right, so those are our communities. We're going to be doing the Sleeping Mountain map. So this is one of the brand new maps, and this is the one where we can get the volcanic eruption. And that's brand new to this DLC, so we're going to try it out. An uneven crust of rock at the foot of a giant dormant volcano. Underground bursts of steam vent through the soil beneath the ice. So we have a large area, geothermal deposits, but no oil. Limited coal and food. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to add in the volcanic night. And we're going to... I don't do it on the hardest, on Captain, so we'll do it on Stewart. Because... in the past, I've had plenty of difficulty on Stewart. And our ambition, since we're on a large map, we're going to develop a metropolis. So develop a massive city with significant population. So here we go. This is what we're doing. Let's get it going. Now, for anybody who's on Twitch... I do have the Twitch integration activated. So if you're on Twitch, I think it's on the left side of your screen. Yeah, when you put your mouse cursor on the video, you'll see a menu Well, no, first you'll see a menu pop up on the right with the Frostpunk 2 logo. You click on that, you activate it, and then you'll see a menu pop up on the left side when you put your cursor in the screen. Whenever there's an opportunity to vote in the game, you'll have an opportunity to vote and actually affect the outcome of the vote in the game. But it only works on Twitch, so only if you're on Twitch. It may be worth it as a gaming community at large to reassess how we judge new games coming out. Yes, absolutely. This game especially. I grew up playing PC games where games were released and might get DLC later, but after release, yeah. Yeah, this game was definitely... I think this game... People love the game now, but I think it rebounded. I think it was judged a little unfairly upon release. In a forgotten corner of the Frostland, 3 separate peoples found an unclaimed generator and made it their common home. The merchants, traders, and shopkeepers skilled in enterprise and bold ventures. The foragers, natural survivalists, adapted to the harsh Frostland conditions. The thinkers, educated urbanites, convinced post-Frost society must be remade through rational inquiry. And the Proteans, haters of weakness, determined to cut it out of their own flesh and society. Together, they chose you to lead their city, their dream, to develop a sprawling metropolis in this place and a safe haven for all of humanity. But after release had very little support. Yeah, in an age where there's constant live support and DLC rollouts, it feels like it's hard for a new sequel to live up to its hype. Yeah, in software broadly, it's normal to have the last stable version and a latest version, where the former isn't expected to be the same quality as the former, just newer features for first adopters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amen to that. Yeah, with this game, they made a game that is entirely different from the first one, but interestingly, it advanced the lore and the story of the game, I thought, perfectly. So I thought it was really well done in that sense. All right, a dream of Utopia. So the work of building a promised land begins. Resources run low after years of barely getting by. We must expand. We must construct basic infrastructure and begin researching better methods. We also need a council to vote on common rules. We must learn to live together lest we die apart. All right, so let's just look at how beautiful this game is. All right. All right, so we need to build some housing. We're down on shelter a little bit. First, we got a Utopia tree point, so let's look at this. And we can start with the untethered scouts. Raise teams of fearless Protean Frostland explorers who will share their knowledge of nearby territories and volunteer to chart more unaided. So 2 random unexplored territories will be automatically explored and 20 Frostland teams become available. Nice, nice, nice. Let's unlock it. So basically, if we research things and build things that fall under the 3 zeitgeists that the Proteans follow, we'll earn points toward their Utopia tree. This is especially good. Wow, wow, wow. The flesh you were born with is weak. The cold scorches it. Effort tires it. It must be made better. We must provide the bold and forward-thinking among us the opportunity to improve themselves, to reforge their flesh and fashion themselves into a higher species, one which laughs in the face of the frost and dances on augmented legs in a more perfect future. So we're getting all of this because of the specific faction that we're starting with, the Proteans. And there's a bunch of different factions you can start with. A council to vote on rules sounds like socialism. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, this game you're basically always kind of trying to maneuver between like socialism and equality to fascism and order. That's basically... Yeah, the art style and the UI looks cool as hell. The art style is fantastic, and wait till you hear more of the music. The music is like one of the best parts of this game. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, actually, we start with 20 Frostland teams, which we normally don't do. So we get them even though we don't have a logistics base set yet. So the remains of a dirigible lie scattered between two snowdrifts, its cabin half buried in the center of the wreckage. Our scouts inspected the cabin and found no room for a pilot nor any living quarters. They did not recognize the foreign writing on its brass plates. Though the machine's mechanisms are beyond our scouts' understanding, they recognize a salvageable core in the engine. All right, so we'll probably take this core, but let's leave it alone for a second. See what everything else is. A crashed wagon lies in the snow, its contents already looted. A woman frozen inside the cabin. The small diary in her pocket tells of how she stole the wagon and was hoping to sell its cargo of materials to the city. Oh yeah, we gotta name our city. The last line reads, "I just wanted a better life for the baby." From the coordinates in the diary, our scouts can discern the rough direction she traveled in. All right. Our scouts passed a group of jolly-faced hunters. They later described as having plenty of meat on their bones. In exchange for a spare heat lamp, the hunters revealed some details about their hunting grounds. A field full of lichen and moss, where huge herds graze. Okay. Oh, yes. Here we go. We got some oil. A pool of dark snow marks where oil has naturally risen to the surface. Our crews must be careful to harvest the precious fuel without exposing it to the heat of their lamps. So we'll probably connect trails here, but let's see what everything else is. Oh, here we go. Yes. Shanties and furnaces still remain from when a community of hundreds supported these interconnected shafts along a deep coal vein. This we're definitely going to do. A large automaton drifts through the grid of igloos. Our scouts expected to meet hundreds of residents, but the structures were all empty. The automaton labors day and night. It refuels at a steam vent from a natural spring, compacts ice and snow into bricks, refuels again, builds an igloo from the bricks, refuels again. It never stops. We'll never know who sent the machine here. We can either salvage its core or repurpose it to labor in the city. So we get a core. We get 400 workforce. We'll come back to that later. Last one. Our eyes lit up when we spotted soot-stained chimneys poking through the snow, but there was no smoke. What we found underground was a hellish vision, and abandoned forge covered in ash and littered with dead bodies. We've grown used to uncovering frozen bodies, but no desiccated ones. What killed these people was the forge still running after their death. We could go back for the heap of coal, although frankly speaking, we'd rather forget about this cursed place. All right, so we'll probably take that coal. First, let's connect this trail, because this will start bringing coal to our city. We've got 10 more teams. Bring us the coal, and then bring us the core. Okay, so it's post-apocalyptic Leninism. Yeah, basically. Stalinism, maybe? I don't remember exactly. Not a huge fan of state socialism. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of battling between it. Ever hear of the board game Scythe? I have, actually. Seems like a similar vibe and aesthetic. I've never played it, but I'm a big board game fan, so in looking up, researching board games to get, that always comes up. Yeah, that forge is definitely cursed. All right, let's go with our usual name. Hamcuts Heights. So let's start by building some housing. Now, we have this stuff over here. We get extra shelter. But we lose some temperature. Here, hold on. Let's turn around so I can look at this. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to start with 3 housing districts. We're going to get extra housing from there, so we won't need to research, like, the building or anything. And then we'll put one over here. Oh man, definitely check it out. Skeeth is one of my favorites. It's a 4X board game, if memory serves. I haven't played it in a while, but I've been waiting to get it again. Yeah, oh man, that's cool. I gotta check that out. I absolutely love board games. Absolutely, I'm such a board game fan. My whole life I've been. All right, we're gonna do some frost breaking. So we got some coal over here. We got some food over here. This will be the food we go to first. We're definitely going to go to the prefabs. I feel like you really have to get the initial prefabs. So we'll frost break there. We'll frost break out to the food. We don't need to frost break to the coal. How much is that? How much coal are we going to get from here? 200. All right. So we might not need to build that other coal thing first. Let's... No, wait. Where's all the materials? Oh, we got some materials here. Wow. Not a whole lot. Oh, how do we ice break out to here? Oh, do we just gotta kind of turn the corner here when that's done? All right. So we'll do that. All right. And then we do need to get... Oh, that's weird. How come, we don't have access to the... okay. I think we're ready to unpause here. Yeah, let's go. Away we go. All right. So get the housing done. We'll get some food. When this is done, we'll build the district here, and then we'll get some... Oh, okay, good. So we do have one unlimited materials deposit here. We don't have an unlimited food deposit on this map. So that's going to be tough. So we got to wait for these housing districts to finish up. Now, there is a story mode in this as well. They added, this DLC came with an additional story mode, and you start off on this map. I haven't gotten through the whole story mode yet. I've just kind of started. But it's very cool. It's very cool. And pretty difficult. Oh! Yeah, look at that. We are getting an output of 200 coal. In fact, we need a stockpile of it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to build, even though we don't fully need it, we're going to build this, we're going to turn it off, and then we're going to put the stockpile here. When we got to turn it on... Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to need the coal after we get everything built. Oh, nope. Sorry, don't need that. Yes, look at that. So since we got the additional housing from here, We don't... Wow, that's really great. I've never had to not expand the initial housing districts here. What is the general story of the game? So basically, in the first game, there's a new ice age coming. So you can see we're actually in 1916. The first game starts, I think, in 1886, something like that. There's a new ice age coming. A lot of the world's governments kind of foresaw it. So they went to these remote places up north and built these generators. So the story of the first game is the first people arriving to this generator. When you get there, it's just a generator and nothing around it. And so in the first game, the story is building up the initial city and surviving. The second game, which I think is pretty cool here, the whole city that basically you built in the first game is now just, oh God, the central district. And so now you're trying to expand out. So the basic story of this one is everybody survived the initial catastrophe. Now they need to find a way to like live, to have more longevity. It's now not about survival, surviving the catastrophe that happened. Now it's about expanding and sustaining the city. Because there's more people now. So you can't just be contained to this little city here. You now have to build out. And so that's generally the story. There's a lot more details to the story. I don't want to ruin it too much. All right, we're going to build a stockpile. So that we can really stock up on some coal. That'd be very nice. That's really cool. I can dig it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And actually, you know what's pretty cool, too, is...
Be frightened of proteans. They might look different.
Oh, hold on. I'll get back to that in a second. Let's get our food district underway. And our prefabs. All right, we got 10 Frostland teams, so let's send them out somewhere. You know what we're going to do? Oh, it's going to take 15 Frostland teams here. All right, let's... I'd like to find more food. Doesn't look like we're good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, go out there. Let's frost break out. To all these materials. Also, saw it coming and did something about it. Sounds unrealistically optimistic now. Yeah. Well, saw something coming, did something about it. Yeah, there's actually a really cool DLC for the first game called The Last Autumn, in which... So, there's not much that's optimistic about the Frostpunk universe. And so, The Last Autumn is like the prequel story. And you see how they saw it coming, they did something about it, but not for everybody. All right. So we'll start with that. And then we need to frost break out here so that we can get more Frostland teams. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, now I can build the central hall, but I don't have any money. So we can shake some people down. It does make them a little upset, but we're going to need it. So let's build our hall. And let's get a research institute going. Ah, nice. Okay. We are making bank on coal here, which is very nice. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It's not that no one is addressing climate change, it's just billionaires building bunkers and leaving the rest of us to fend for ourselves. Yeah, basically. And also there's kind of a part of the story where they're exploiting people to go build the bunkers, basically. But then, of course, that's actually one of the factions in the first game, and also one here. There's like the lords. We don't have them here, but you kind of get like, you know, the rich aristocracy, and you have to deal with them. All right. So this is the idea tree for research. We want to start. Yeah. With the hot houses, but we don't have enough heat stamps, so we'll have to wait on that. Let's start with the council. All right, yeah, so anybody who's on Twitch, you'll be able to vote on this. If you have to activate the Twitch companion for Frostpunk 2, which if you put your mouse into the screen, you'll see it pop up on the right side. You also need to be on desktop. It doesn't work on mobile, unfortunately. But let's see. The first law we want to do for necessities here. We'll eventually move to free essentials because it raises trust, but at the beginning here, we really need heat stamps. So we'll go with this. It'll also raise efficiency. The merchants and the proteans like it, so we'll go with that. All right, so now the vote is opened up to Twitch for anybody who wants to vote. I don't think we need to negotiate. Basically, we need to get to 51 votes, 42 for, 48 hesitant. This will pretty much pass. But anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's a chance. Going once, going twice. All right, here we go. We didn't actually pass it with as much as I thought we would, but we got it. All right, so we got some additional heat stamps. All right, now we can research. So we'll research a hothouse so that we can get more food out of our food district. Now, so we want to lean into the proteins here to make them happy so that we can fill their Utopia tree. They like this. So this is the drum hothouse. They like the bio-waste hothouse. We'll get more food out of it, but it will raise disease. But we'll do it anyway.
People of the city, your council.
That's cool. How's the Twitch voting affect it in game? Your how you vote on Twitch adds to the vote tally, so your vote counts in the actual vote in the game. Also, when not in a vote, if you once you get the companion added in, if you put your mouse on the left side, you'll see a box pop up. And you can click on it and actually see some information on my factions and how the city's doing. It's a really cool thing they added in. I wish it worked on YouTube as well. Alright, so the temperature just dropped a little bit, so we got to raise the heat. We'll raise all heating by 1, and now we'll look at the heat map here. Yeah, everything's pretty good right now, so we'll keep it that way. Yeah, right? It is pretty cool. Yeah, I really love this game a lot. I'm so glad to be back at it. Alright, let's get our materials district. This is going to be the weirdest looking district, but that's what we'll go with. All right, let's shake some more people down for funds. Oops. And then let's frost break out here so that we can get a logistics bay going. Oh, let's save. So we have a city going now. All right, so we're going down in coal, but it's fine. We got a lot left. And the temperature's about to go up. All right. Yeah, so we have to unlock augmentation, which is part of the Utopia, the unique Utopia thing for the Proteans here. I forget who opposes the Proteans. Oh, hello, TwitchBot. Nice to see you, TwitchBot. Goodbye, TwitchBot. All right. Managed to get a couple decent recordings of Vicky 3 last night. Nice, nice. Audio's still garbage, but I'm planning on ordering a mic this weekend. Okay. I've heard the Shure SM5758 dynamic mics are pretty good for the money. Okay. Yeah, the audio is like probably my weakest aspect of like streaming. I really need to learn more about audio, just like how to troubleshoot it, how to fix it when things happen. I'm still very much not good at that. So this will get us the materials that we need. Let's get that going so that we can get an industrial complex going. Also, maybe an easier way to keep track of my run than doing notes. Oh yeah, I use that as a way of doing a recap and plan ahead at the end of one of them when I was logging off. Oh, for the night. Oh, nice. Getting more coupled with OBS Studio, though. More comfortable. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm actually somewhat new to OBS Studio myself. I was using Streamlabs for the longest time, and then finally Streamlabs just really like pooped out on me, and I found out from somebody that they also had similar problems. Streamlabs really simplifies the process of just getting your stream out there. So it's very simple. OBS is open source, so you can do so much with it, but which is why it's a little intimidating at first. But I recommend sticking with OBS and not Streamlabs, because Streamlabs really doesn't work anymore. At least it wasn't for me. Here we go. So anybody out on Twitch, you can also vote on these things. These types of events, what you vote for is basically just showing me what you would like to happen. Unlike the actual law votes, this vote here is just a recommendation. Stuart, now that we are charging for essentials, some unemployed families are unable to afford basic necessities. Work goes to the worthiest. If these people were passed up, it's their own damn fault. They should put in the work instead of expecting the city to solve their problems, claimed one Proteans delegate. Others are more measured and say we could provide them with a weekly allowance. If we can't offer them work, we'll give them a budget. Up to them to use it wisely. What should we do? Yeah, no, I don't want paid essentials to give less heat stamps, so we'll let them fend for themselves. Eventually, we're going to go to free essentials, so for now, we'll just keep it that way. Okay, warmer season, so let's lower the heat. Yeah, everything should be good. Alright, good. That's a bummer. It seems like there's some good tutorials on how to use it and a ton of plugins. Yeah, that's what's so cool about OBS is all the plugins. Do you use it for video editing or just recording streaming? Just recording streaming. I use Adobe Premiere for editing. I get since I'm a teacher, I get a teacher discount on the whole like OBS, the whole Adobe package thing. So I use that. Okay, so we got the hot houses now. Now we want to go to the generator upgrade because we have access to steam and we got some oil around us. So we don't want to... Oh. Okay, good thing this is what I was planning for. I didn't realize because of the factions we have, we can't even do oil pumps. Good thing I wanted to do adaptive pumps. I kind of forget about that sometimes. All right, we got the biowaste hothouse, so let's get that going. So this will give us an additional 77 output of food. So that'll cover our deficit there. So with these resources, we also have stockpiles here, as you can see, and it'll show you how much we have left. And we can add buildings that extend the capacity of the stockpiles. All right. Oh, yes. What do we have going on here? The husk of a machine remains in the snow, already picked clean of useful parts. Our scouts noted frozen oil around what remains of the fuel tank. A set of coordinates was carved roughly into the broken boiler plate. All right. A human silhouette attached to a large cream-colored canvas is stuck in the high branches of a colossal maple tree. This is probably an optical illusion, though. People don't just drop from the sky. Carry on. Ooh, reindeer are known to live in this area, feeding on lichen growing above hidden hot springs. An outpost here supplies 70 food. What luck. What luck. So we'll have to send 5 Frostland teams there. That's going to give us some food. Excellent. Now, I'd like to bring the oil back. Yeah, we need... Oh, we need 10 Frostland teams. You know what? Let's turn this off for a second. And build this. It's only going to take a week because it's so close. And now we can do the next law enactment. Let's go to food additives. So we want to do this. The Proteans and the Foragers like it. Let's make a promise to them and hope that we get past food additives or whatever. All right, we'll open up the vote. Stuart, your relations with the Proteans will improve if you promise to enact one of their suggestions. Which of their suggestions we support? Promise to research teaching hospital, surveillance watchtower, promise to research efficiency bonus. All right. So we didn't get that. So we'll promise to research the efficiency bonus. And then we'll just... Sometimes I find if you find a faction like something, you can make a promise and hopefully they'll ask for it in the promise. So not only will you get the law, but you get a little bit of good relations with that faction. But not so much here. All right, so we'll open this up to Twitch. So anybody out there on Twitch, you can vote now. We have 41.4. We only need to get 10 more, and there's 49 hesitant. So I don't think I need to negotiate on this. I think we're going to be good. So we're going to go to a vote. So anybody out on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Let's go.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
All right, we got it. So we got a good amount of food coming in. Oh, let's unpause it. All right, can we get...
A law has passed in the council. Take heed.
Yeah, we don't need to shake anybody down. We have finally found oil. Now we can access and research in all oil-related buildings and use them for the benefit of the city. So we now have oil coming in. And so now we can turn this back on and use our 5 Frostland teams there. Stuart, our BioWaste hothouse has begun cooperating with people who forage for hot additives in the Frostland. On top of their regular duties, they provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, and feces in order to enrich its compost. This will, no doubt, increase our food output. Excellent. Oh man, look at that food output. That is wonderful. We also need to build one of these. Well, we haven't asked you guys for money yet. Well, let's hold off on it. We can hold off on the goods for now. All right, there we go. So let's get the logistics bay going. Yeah, we'll do 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. So we'll get to 40 heat stamps, and then we'll build an industrial site around here. Sometimes forget too, you can zoom into the city. Wait, why do we have no sound? We do have sound. Strange. Something... No, not that. Oh, there we go. That was strange. There we go. All right, so let's get our industrial site going. Yeah, there we go. We'll do it like that. So the industrial sites are good to go next to the extraction districts. They kind of share heat that way, and they don't add squalor. As opposed to, like, if you put any of those next to the food or housing, it'll create squalor. Also, food can go next to housing without creating squalor. There's something else we can think about. We have access to steam. We don't have the workforce. But whatever, we can do this slowly. Ah, nice. We have a logistics district built now, so now we can continue looking for places to go. So a lot of these things we don't have enough Frostland teams. Damn. Do we not? We don't have enough Frostland teams for anything. Alright, we need to get more. So we'll have to expand this district. Hey, Burnt Bananas, hello, hello, how are you? Good to see you. I was a huge Frostpunk 1 fan, but have yet to play Frostpunk 2. How do they compare? Oh, man, so I absolutely love Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk 2 is great. I think the problem with Frostpunk 2 is the comparison. Frostpunk 2 is a completely different game from Frostpunk 1, though it expands the lore and the story beautifully. It really does. So
The council has
I
convened
honestly,
and
like,
awaits
that's the thing, is that
proposal.
you can't really compare them. Basically, the premise here is, as you know, in Frostpunk 1, you're building a city around the generator. Here's your city. In this game, this is now just... The whole city in the first game you built is now a central district, and you're building other districts around the city. So you're now expanding out. So the whole dynamic of the game is very different. Cindy's pa went and got her a governess, like she's gonna be a duchess or something. Not on our watch. We roughed up the little bitch all night. Ferguson's boys will learn this too. If they're trying to wife us again tonight, we'll pull razors and say we'll cut out their eyes. It'll be good fun. But what we want is a proper rumble. Short blades only. Come on, who wants to play? So the lack of law regulating childhood is causing tension. What's cool too is in this game they put it in a completely new engine. So it's in Unreal Engine 5. And they announced that yeah, efficiency bonuses. This is the promise we made to the Proteans, so let's do it. Next year, they're going to be releasing a game called Frostpunk 1886, where basically they're kind of like revamping the first game. And they said they're not remastering the first game. It's like something different. It's going to be in this engine, and there's going to be... It sounds like they're going to kind of alter maybe the story a little bit so that both stories match up a little more. But also they're changing the game engine and everything. So they're kind of revamping Frostpunk 1 with a new game coming out next year. At least that's kind of my take on it. They're very adamant that it's not just a remaster of Frostpunk 1, which I find interesting. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I shouldn't be spending all my heat stamps here. We want to get the adaptive pumps. We need to get to 200 heat stamps. Oh, and we can do another law. Yeah, let's do the service exemptions. Proteins like this one too. Let's propose that. All right, the vote is open on Twitch, so anybody on Twitch who wants to vote has a chance. Once again, we're basically going for a lot of the stuff the Proteins like, so we're getting a good amount of votes for us. So I don't think we need to negotiate this one either. All right, so we're going to go to the votes. Anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. All right, I flew by that one.
Law has been approved.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's raise funds from you
The
guys.
delegates have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
Ah, so we got these guys going. We won't expand it yet. You know, let's just turn this off for now. So we can build up our stockpile. We're not doing enough. Actually, I wonder. So goods trade, we're getting 4. If we turn this back on... Oh, okay, so we actually do get a little bit of heat stamps from it, even if we're not fulfilling everything. So that's good. Got 38 weeks left of this. Ah, there we go. Oh, we need 200 workforce. Oh, we've got 20 Frostland teams now. Wasn't there somebody... Yeah, food. Yeah, here we go. Let's find people. We need more people. All right. Well, we can't really... You know... Oh, actually, here's what we can do. We can lower the amount of workers there a little bit. Yes, adaptive pumps. There we go. I will probably buy it next time on sale. Anyways, how's your week been? Very good. Very good. Nice little end of the week now. But yeah. Well, I mean, actually, I should say I was sick in the middle of the week. So that was a little rough, but I'm back. I'm back now. I'm back. It was a rough middle of the week. But how about you? How'd your week go? How'd your week go? Glad to end out the week with you here. A profitable day. First couple were all rags and bones, useless. But then there was this woman with real ruby earrings. Ought to cover the arrival fee, I said. The wife will love those. Next was a bunch of strong fellas. I sent them straight to Elaine's place. She'll wring them dry before I get home. Lately, there's been less of them. Maybe word is getting around. Gotta take advantage while it lasts. The lack of a law regulating outsiders is decreasing population growth. Yeah. So, got a couple things. Let's build a food stockpile. 100 workers, 80 heat stamps. Oh, damn it. We need to frost break one spot. Yeah, we don't have any more materials. We have stuff here. But we need to research something to get the materials out of it. Gotta avoid that Taco Bell lettuce. I know, right? Oh, God. Poor Taco Bell. Of all the things, it's the lettuce that's getting you now. The Proteans are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Thank you. Oh, boy. Okay. The city is changing. We started a family here. We bore children. We toiled against the hardships like everybody else, but now these proteans, they walk around telling people what to do, what to think. What they spout, though, is utter folly against everything that made us. We will not have it. The fate of our children is at stake. We will chart the path for our city. Legionnaires have formed in opposition to the proteans. Yeah, so every faction has like an opposite faction. And so now we've gotten the opposite guys. The Legionnaires.
Die alone.
What's the benefit thing we get from them? Oh, raise prefabs. Emergency essentials. All right. Yeah, so now we've got these guys and they're pissed because we've really been leaning into the proteans. All right, though, we are at the hour mark, so we do got to take a quick 90-second break and pay homage to our lovely gods of ads here, so that we don't get hit by ads during gameplay, which we're about to do. So, 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, Hey, Furious Fox, hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Hello, Ham. What would you recommend to start with, the first Frostpunk or the second installment? I never played games like those before, but was interested in learning. Ooh. There is a very cool lore and story to this game. And so, I was talking about this before. The first Frostpunk and the second Frostpunk are just so very different games. Both very good in their own right. However, I suppose starting with the first one will give you a better... what do you call it? I guess maybe appreciation for the second one. Because basically in the first game, you're just building up this city around this generator in this central district. So if you've never played any of them, I mean, I suppose I would start with the first one and do the story modes and stuff. But if you're only going to get one, actually, you know what? Change that. Scratch that. You should get Frostpunk 2. Because next year they're coming out with a new game called Frostpunk 1886, where they're basically revamping the first game. And so you could kind of wait for that one, I suppose. So you could play this, and then when that one comes out, give that one a try. So yeah, start with this one. How you doing, though? Good to see you. All right. So let's start with the oil. But when that's done, we're gonna build some steam too. Oh yeah, we can research. We need some sawmills. So the thinkers and merchants like this. The legionnaires like this, we get 220 out of that. Or 187. Damn, God, we get so much more out of this. The mechanized sawmill. We'll throw the legionnaires a bone and we'll do this one. Oh. Oh, that's right, the efficiency bonuses. All right. So the vote is opened up on Twitch for anybody who wants to vote. Nobody really likes this. Actually, what's the opposing law on this? Work compensation. Oh, we don't have anything else right now. So we might as well do this. Hey, we got somebody voting on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. We are going to need to negotiate this. I would like this to pass. So what about the merchants? Allow productive outsiders? I kind of wouldn't like that. What about the foragers? Construct another biowaste hothouse. We don't really need that. Condemn the legionnaires. And then let's look at the last one, the thinkers. A teaching hospital. Enact mandatory school. This is a step towards reason. Damn, you know, I forget what the proteans actually like. I can never remember what those symbols mean. For the life of me, I'll never remember. Well, we can enact expedition support. So let's do that. So we'll do that. All right, that'll get us what we need there. All right, so I think we're ready for the vote. So anybody else on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. Hey, Shamneo, thank you for the vote. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in, and thank you for your vote. And we got it. All right.
People of the city, your council has voted.
Hey, hello there, Shamneo. You playing the story campaign? No. We're doing the Utopia mode. So, but this is the map from the Breach of Trust story mode. So we started off, we're playing on Captain. Wait, which one? I forget. Captain is the hardest, right? And so right below that is Stewart. We're playing the one right below the hardest. I think it's Stewart. And then we're doing the... God, I already forgot the name of the map. But basically the mountain from the Breach of Trust story. And we added in the volcanic eruption event. And then we randomized the factions. And so we got the foragers, the thinkers, the merchants, and the proteans. And now the legionnaires just joined in. All right. As much as I would like to do... Oh, this is already expanded. All right. Yeah, we need more people. Well, we're going out to find people right now. We are going to lose some materials, though. I really need to finish these sawmills. You know what? We have some good trust right now. Let's rush the research.
The Legionnaires repeat that they are not legionary. That is a different thing altogether.
All right, Stuart. 5 children are dead and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what they called a rumble. Most of the children are armed with knives. The fighting escalated to a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist these children should not have been left unattended. Indeed, many backstreet alleys seem to be overtaken by uncared-for youth. Some areas are beginning to be dangerous for adults. Yeah, we'll commit to resolving the issue because we also...
Detailed list of obituaries. Please visit
Oh, I thought we made a
your
promise to
local
do
administrative
one of those.
office.
No. Oh, man, we... Okay. I have to pass expedition support. Damn, I forgot I did something different there. Okay. How much more time do we have here? We got 53 weeks to go on the materials. So now we got some people who oofed. So what do we need? We need 600 workers. Here we go. So there should be some people we found here. Yes. These people have managed to place their camp in a crevice, safe from the freezing wind. Hunters and gatherers, some travel for days looking for game before returning to feed their families. They have a small shrine. We don't know to whom these people are praying, but they seem to be praying we will take them to Hamcut's Heights. Yes, take them in. An old flagpole in the middle of nowhere. A tattered flag flutters in the wind, unrecognizable. A large transport sits in ice as clear as crystal. Its steady body is buckled on one side as though rammed by another machine. The engine's door has a tarnished bronze plaque, number 298. The machine's dual-core design, tracks and propellers would have allowed it to travel across land and sea. The ice is thin enough for the scouts to break through the... Oh, and retrieve the machine's core. We won't take... We get 3 cores. We don't absolutely need them right now. Let's come back later. We have 15 Frostland teams. Oh, yes. Look at this. We can possibly find all of that stuff. And then that leaves us 5. So, yeah, here we'll take the cores. So there's only 500 of them. Yeah, these are usually... This is usually the group I try to get when we're doing the tail, the Beacon of Hope tail. Ah, yes.
Is ready to present its latest breakthrough.
Mechanized sawmill, thank you very much. That'll fix this. Do you like Frostpunk 1 or 2 better? Oh, man, it is really tough for me to pick. It is really tough. I was so into Frostpunk 1. I absolutely love Frostpunk 1. But since Frostpunk 2 came out, I've really just mainly played that, and so, um, man, I really don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it's such a unpleasing answer, but I don't know which one I would pick. I feel like they're just the two games are so vastly different that I find it difficult to really compare them. Like in the first game, you're really managing individual people, and in this, you're managing like groups of people. In the first one, you're building buildings and designing a city layout. In this, you're designing districts, right? So it is really such a different game. Oh, you know what we want to research next? Foundries. We want to research foundries because then we can utilize the materials over here. What about you? Which one do you like better? One or two? And 148 weeks here. We need to find a very permanent food source, though, because this is our only food source in the city. Yeah, I like 2 better. It's at a much bigger scale. It really is. That is a good way to describe it. The game is just at a much bigger scale. Oh, alright. We need to expand some of these districts. That'll give us 5 there. That might give us what we need there. So this is definitely going to give us what we need. Ah, yes. Look at those materials. Excellent.
Remember, do not be fooled by the Legionnaires' uniforms. They are not officially sanctioned guards.
Stuart, it seems some of your citizens are profiteering from outsiders trying to get into the city. I know. We need to pass this, jeez. We caught smugglers with a freezing and disoriented group of people. When warmed, fed, and questioned, they spoke of the grim reputation our city has among the survivors in the area. It's the only generator there is, but we've heard stories of what some of the guides do to people trying to get in. After what happened to us, the rumors seem true. Should we do something about it? Have 30 weeks to pass one of those. Or dismiss... Oh. Yeah, I see we voted to do this. But we're going to lose relations with all communities. We should be able to pass something for this. Though I suppose I have a couple things to pass already. But I think we can do this without lowering relations with everybody. Oh, here I can pass a law. And I'm sitting here dawdling with it. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is pass expedition support. No, not that one. Oh, yeah, okay. So the foragers would like that. Okay, fine. We'll do this. All right. Open up the vote to Twitch. Exploration time is slightly decreased. I would kind of like to keep the current law. This one would also be good. This is one of those laws that I don't really care which way it falls. So I think we're just going to let this go to vote. So we have one vote in. Anybody else on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. Thank you, Shamneo, again for your vote. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. It's cool how many of these types of strategy games have similar mechanics. I'm curious how they evolved over time. That would be an interesting, yeah, that would be an interesting thing to write about. How did the grand strategy game and like all of these mechanics kind of evolve? Because you're right, they all follow kind of a similar trend. What games made you like strategy games when you were a kid? Mine was Civ 2. I remember waiting 5 minutes loading each turn in a late game on my PS1. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm right there with you. So my first strategy game was Civ 1. And I loved that game. I loved it so much. But I had borrowed it from a friend, and so eventually I had to give it back to him. So I played the hell out of that game for like a couple months. Quite a few months, actually. It was one of those situations where he had lent it to me, and then I took it for much longer than he really wanted me to take it. So Civ 1 was my first one that kind of got me into it, but Civ 2 was the first one I owned, and I absolutely love Civilization 2. I still think of it as the best Civilization game. I don't want to go back and play it. I don't want to know what it looks like, because I know it's going to look awful. I want the image in my head to be perfect. So yeah, I started with Civ 2. Hold on, first we need a factory here. So... yeah, it's funny, everything the Proteans will do will increase disease, but they're the ones that will help us cure the sick. From there, I was a big fan of SimCity. Oh wait, hold on. What's this? Stuart, we see we're low on heat stamps. To prevent the city from grinding to a halt, the Legionnaires have come forward with a potential solution. The city is right-skinned, Stuart. No one's got any funds to go around. One leader says, "We say our best bet is to mass-produce goods. This would help us generate income over time." Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. We're going to say no to that. So Civ 1, Civ 2, I was a big fan of SimCity and all the Sim games, really. I remember I had gotten this one disc that had like 4 different Sim games on it. It had like Sim Ant and Sim Farm. I forget what the other 2 were. I loved Sim Farm. I remember really, really loving that game. And then from there, as a kid, I was a really big fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon, the very first one. Age of Empires. Oh man, me and my friend would play Age of Empires together all the time. So I was really into all those games growing up. Oh, we got a lot of Frostland teams to utilize. Yes, launch the expedition. We got food. Let's see what we got there. I should start heading out this way a little bit. I wonder if they have Aurora out there. What about you? What was yours growing up? Civ 2, any other ones? Now, we have 14 weeks. Oh, 5 weeks. We should be able to... okay, we should be able to pass all of the commitments we made. Interesting. Crime is going up a little bit. Oh, because of the goods scarcity, yeah. Well, we're researching the salvaging factory, so that should take care of that. After that, we'll do the foundries. You know what we can do while we're waiting to get the foundries? Is Frostbreak out here. All right. Oh, are we not heating it? Oh. Yeah, let's do that. Everybody's heated. Oh yeah, we also never we never did the steam one over here. It's gonna have a lot of disease out here, unfortunately. I remember Harvest Moon took over my life. My first entry to a job sim. Oh man, I don't know that one. My siblings and I took turns playing that game. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Our scouts have charted a new territory.
What did we get? Yeah, I don't know that one. I gotta look that one up. I feel like that name sounds familiar, though. But I never played it. I know that for sure. A stretch of railway begins and ends near an isolated bluff. Our scouts searched the ground nearby and discovered a buried storeroom full of ready-made tracks on neat racks. Documents in a foreign, picturesque language sit on a rotting desk. The only thing our scouts could read were the dates, and these long predate the Great Storm. We could haul the track pieces to Hamcut's Heights, though it will be easier to carry if we break it down into raw steel and timber. It's like the prefabs or the materials. How many materials is it? 50,000? Yeah. We might need the prefabs. You know, we'll come back later. I'm not sure exactly what we'll need from there yet. Ah, more coal. The coal mine found abandoned and nearly depleted, its shafts marked with the names of the miners who have worked and died here over the years. We'll connect trails eventually. Clothing, tools, and alcoholic spirits are traded here in exchange for supplies from rare travelers. The merchants and their families are concerned that fewer people pass this way each year, and they envy the safety of Hamcut's Heights. Yeah, take him in. That's why I think Let's Plays and streaming is so enjoyable. As kids, yeah, we watch other people play video games while waiting our turn on the controller. Yeah, that's such a great insight. I love that. I love that. That was me back in the day with Resident Evil 2. Oh, man. My best friend's stepbrother... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me do this before I lose track. So we need to do the childhood law first. So mandatory school, the protein's like that, so let's do that. Open it up to Twitch. We have 42-4, not that much against. So I think we're gonna let this one ride. I think we'll keep it there. We don't need to negotiate, which is good. All right, so we're gonna go to vote. So anybody who wants to vote on Twitch and has a chance, going once, going twice. Here we go. Shebneo, thank you once again for your vote. I appreciate it so very much.
Hear ye, hear ye.
And it passed. Excellent. All right, so we gotta wait 10 weeks on that. We got 19 weeks on that promise. All right, so we're good. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid.
People of the city, your council has voted.
Oh, this is done. Let's demolish it. My friend's stepbrother would play Resident Evil 2, and we would sit and watch him play it. And it was so much fun just watching his friend play it. Or watching his stepbrother play it. And I remember I eventually got the game and played it myself. And I loved it. I absolutely love Resident Evil 2 back in the day. But I don't think I ever had as much fun playing it myself as I did watching my friend's stepbrother play it, with me and my friend watching him. Stuart, Legionnaires representatives have come to your office. It was madness to vote in mandatory school, one said. If you continue with such nonsense, we will have to act. We implore you, repeal that law, or, if you are adamant about upholding it, at least further our vision of the city in a different area. Well, we're not going to repeal it. But we could go to Dutiful Youth. So, yeah, we will research that then. We'll do that. And my love for Grand Strategy started with CK2. Oh, nice. Bought it, didn't understand it, left it for months, then tried it again, and loved Paradox games ever since. Yeah, I have to say, I was a late entry into Paradox games. I guess technically my first Paradox game was Surviving Mars. I love, love, love Surviving Mars. But my first Paradox development studio game was Crusader Kings 3. Right when Crusader Kings 3 had first come out, I had seen it like as a banner image on something. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, they had released it as like on the PlayStation Network. You can play it for like 10 hours or something like that on PlayStation. And so I downloaded it and fell in love with it, but there was something in me that knew, I think this will be better on a computer. So after I played the 10 hours on my PS5, I was like, all right, let's get this on the computer. Really, that's very surprising. You're so good at them, though. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I had found. I would have loved Paradox games all throughout my life, way back when. I played a lot. I've played Grand Strategy and 4X games and all of that. But yeah, I just didn't know about Paradox ones. It tells you something about like Steam and things like that. Because back in the day, I think about like, where was I when the first Victoria game came out? Because I love that game. And I was like, yeah, back then it was just about whatever the game store near you carried. And they didn't carry that. Yeah, Augmentarium. We need this one. Unlock and construct the Augmentarium. So we're going to go with that. Facility to manufacture and install experimental limb replacements. Specialized crews of augmented citizens can be based here. So area effects. Augments are generated in neighboring industrial districts. Augment scouts ability. Augment a crew of highly effective scouts, increasing the number of Frostland teams. Oh, that's good. All right, let's unlock this. So we can build this. We get 2 augments a week. So augmented crews can increase workforce, guard squads, or Frostland teams. Ah. But where do we want to place them? Augments are generated in neighboring industrial districts. Yeah, so we want to put it like right here. All right, so let's frost break that, and then we'll do that. Oh, damn. I need to be supposed to research dutiful youth, but we really need some housing. We need a housing block. The dense housing block. Yeah, let's research that. And let's speed it up. Because I don't want to build a whole nother district just for 3 people. I grew up with RTS games like Warcraft and StarCraft, and played a couple of the Total War games. Rise of Nations was a huge favorite. I love the history part. I don't know why, but I never got super into Civ. Yeah, I was always hit or miss, though. The game has to catch me at the right time and place. I don't know how I slept on Vicky 3 for so long, though. It was an instant favorite. Starting digging deeper into the genre since. Yeah, same. I mean, I know growing up, too, I didn't have a computer that could handle, like, a lot of games. Nor a hard drive that could handle it. Like, I remember back in the day, like, I really had to, like, delete games in order to install a game. Yeah, I wish I had known about Paradox games back in the early days. Because I would have loved them. Though, I can't imagine Paradox games back in the early days before you had, like, a community online to help each other learn the game. Like, I can't imagine, like, what the tutorials were like in those games back then, knowing Paradox and their tutorials. Any examples of grand strategy games that's not from Paradox? I thought they started them. Well, I guess it kind of depends. I know some people say 4X is different from grand strategy. 4X is like an offshoot of grand strategy. And Civilization, I know, is considered a 4X game, but it's also kind of a grand strategy game. I do kind of think of Civilization as, like, the original grand strategy game. But I do think Paradox kind of perfected them. Paradox definitely created the, like, historical simulation, I think. Because if you think about it, Civilization is not really a historical simulation. Like, it's taking aspects of history, but you're creating your own history. And that's not a criticism of Civilization at all. It's just different. Oh, here we go. Pass any along the Outsiders category. Let's do that. Allow productive outsiders, accept all outsiders. Yeah, we're gonna do productive outsiders for now. We'll open the vote up on Twitch. Once again, I don't think we need to negotiate for this. You know, I showed on stream, I did a randomized pick of our factions. We kind of got lucky with a bunch of factions that all kind of agree with each other. So, I was kind of the opposite. We were always late adopters to consoles. My dad was a PC gamer. Oh, so we always had decent PCs. I do remember trying a really dense game called Superpower, but was never able to figure it out. I kind of miss the old game FAQ days. Yeah, you would download those, like, long TXT files, which was like the big old FAQ. All right, we're going to go to vote on this. Anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. Yeah, growing up, it's interesting. I always had a computer growing up. Because both of my parents had worked at AT&T growing up. And what AT&T did was Oh, damn. Okay, I've pushed off.
Take heed.
We need to get more generator capacity going. Oh no, Stuart, it was only a matter of time. We had an unusually long streak of mild weather, but now meteorologists are clear. There's a familiar drop in air pressure at higher altitudes. A whiteout is coming. The wind will cause extreme cold and the clouds will blot out the sun. Without shelter and ample fuel, our people will be at mortal risk. Oh boy. Alright. I gotta get this thing connected. We need to get more coal coming in. And we're almost at the part to get the housing block. Yeah, so I always had a computer growing up, but what AT&T did was whenever like a new model of computer came out, they would upgrade to those computers, and then they would give the older model out to all their employees for free. So I always had like the previous generation of computer at home. So I always had a computer, but it was always the previous generation. So it would play games, but it wouldn't play like the newest games. Oh, damn. All right, we only have 35 weeks left of this.
The Research Institute.
All right, things are starting to add up here. So let's get the dense housing block going. Get people housed. Ah, God, we need to research dutiful youth. Unfortunately. Oh, yeah, and then we do need to build one of these. Yeah, we need more heat stamps. Okay. I was thinking the other day, if the development of Grand Strategy was dependent on hardware catching up, in large part, they're simulators, and I imagine the depth of the simulation expanded as better hardware came out. Oh, yeah. I never played the old Vic or CK games, though, so I don't have a good basis for comparison. My brother loves Dwarf Fortress, though, yeah. So it's possible, but that was a huge investment by the two devs for it. Yeah, I've heard that game is wonderful. I've never played it, though. Could it run Crisis? I don't know. I never had that one. See, that was the other thing, too. Like, back in the day, you could, like... To get a game, you really needed to commit to it, because they were expensive. And, like, when you're a kid, it's like... I only got something, like, either on my birthday or at Christmas, so... There are only 2 opportunities in a year to get a game, so I had to know that I really, really wanted it. Unlike now as an adult, I'm like on Steam, like, this looks kind of interesting, bye. So, you know. There's that also. I wish we had more coal. The tracks are still visible where a large group of wagons stopped for at least several weeks. From the tracks, our scouts estimate that many have been riding in the vehicles. The depth of the tread implies the wagons were fully loaded with heavy materials. They left nothing behind except a few unmarked graves by a shrine made of snow dedicated to an idol carved from ice. Ooh, okay. Our scouts came across a convoy of wagons loaded with hunted reindeer. The hunters were pleased with their catch, though they admit it will be their last. There were only young bulls and pregnant cows left, no impressive antlers to hang on the wall. But we'll be damned if we're going home empty-handed. The kind hunters were struggling with their load and offered us one of the wagons. Regardless, our scouts will note the bearing to the hunting grounds, which should at least have good soil if the herds are all gone. 25,000 food. Can we store that? Yeah, we absolutely can. Take it. Oh, wait. This site will show an arrow pointing towards a food colony site. Nice. Yes, launch that. And that.
Newcomer outsiders, be reminded. To maintain your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
Alright, we'll build that. Yeah, we're starting. Oh, we have this going. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, so we should be doing that first. Oh, here we go. Alright, good. Thought this was going to be one of the bad ones. Stuart, the Proteans have started gathering for periodic rallies promoting your rule. They praise you for steering the city in a path to resilient prosperity. They attract large crowds of people who share their optimism. Between speeches, they demonstrate the ingenuity of their prosthetics, clearly more advanced than the standard ones offered by the city. Some onlookers who also have prosthetics seem eager to try out an upgrade. Since I lost my arm to a bandsaw, everyone keeps treating me like I'm diminished, a tool that has outlived its usefulness, said a participant. But the Proteans have opened my eyes. The lads at the mill feel threatened because they're old news and I'm the future. Wait until they see my new piston-powered hand. It can crush a soup can, and it doesn't get frostbite. The Proteans are suggesting several things they believe will improve the city even further. What should they focus on? More workforce? We have a vote for more heat stamps. Yeah, I do kind of agree. Coordinate patient care. Well, yeah, we don't have a lot of injured or sick yet. Yeah, I agree. Let's get the heat stamps. Oh, Legionnaires' demands met. Okay, so we got that. So there's a couple things we need to research here. What's first? What's first? Hospitals for one, but no, we need to get the foundries. We don't have the money for it, though. My stepbrother's dad also built a gaming den. Oh, so high school was really a great time for that for me. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, I love that. And you had to buy them in a store. R.I.P. Yeah, Fry's Electronics. Oh my God, Fry's. Yeah, I had that around me. Great memories of that store. Yeah, I had a couple. EB Games. Or EB Games way back when.
The delegates have
I could never figure out Dwarf Fortress, and the graphics made it harder. Yeah, by the time it came out on Steam, with a better GUI, I was already on other stuff. My gaming bandwidth comes at a premium. Yeah, same. Same. I'm also kind of the same way. I find it hard to get into, like, the 8-bit graphics type of stuff. I was like, I lived through 8-bit graphics. I'm not nostalgic for it. I want to see... I lived through that so that I could see the great graphics of now. Alright, Dutiful Youth. Crime is stable. The youth laws. What are the other options we have? Oh, it's just this. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting this. Problem is, I'd have to make a lot of promises to get it. And it's not something I really care to do yet. Percentage of active workers are increased, though. Yeah, but we got a lot of workers. I think I'm just going to let this go to vote. It's going to fail. I mean, there's a chance it doesn't, but it probably will. But I'm not going to waste negotiations on this. So, we're going to go to vote. So anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once. Going twice. Here we go.
Hear ye.
Nope.
Hear ye. The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
Oh, yes, yes. Actually, no, what we need to research... generator capacity. Yes, that is what we need. Slightly increases generator heat capacity, allowing you to produce and allocate more heat. Increasing the heat allocation level in a district will cost 25 heat instead of 30. Yeah, no, let's do this first. Oh, unpause, come on. Can we get anything else? Yeah, we gotta come back to that part at some point. Here we go. Oh, damn, you know what I have? I forgot. So we lost that district that was getting us prefabs. And we got another one here. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, these are prefabs. I was thinking they were something else. Alright, well, we need to get a district going here. So yeah, we got materials here. God, we gotta... we gotta frostbake a long way to get to here. Yeah, and if we get that salvaging factory... Let's do it. That'll fix our goods. We're already at a full stockpile for materials. So after we get the generator capacity, I really need to get a hospital going. Oh boy. Stuart, the Legionnaires have begun a series of protests in this district. Their well-drilled squads converge at the district hub, covering all routes and blocking access. As district activity grinds to a halt, faction officers inspect the squads and deliver speeches about or around the district. "Soldiers, if we don't fight as one, the frost will end us all," shouted one of the protesters in front of their comrades during their most recent gathering. "The Proteans can't see it. We are at war. Our first battle will be to abolish efficiency bonuses. We're gonna burn this whole city down so that we don't have efficiency bonuses." The Legionnaires refuse to stop their disruptions until demands are met. What should we do? So we could repeal efficiency bonuses. This will probably upset the Proteans, but the Proteans are actually pretty happy right now. We might be able to get away with it. So we'll... Oh, and of course they're going to take this district that I'm building this thing in. So the other faction will engage in a counter-protest, starting the collapse of the current disturbances. Yeah, do that. Stuart, good news. Due to good relations with Proteans, they voluntarily aid healthcare officers in their efforts to combat disease. They think it will help you solidify your rule. If we want their continued support, we should maintain their approval. As long as relations with the Proteans are devoted, their assisting healthcare perk will remain active. Disease is decreased. Excellent, excellent. Well, damn, I shouldn't have promised to repeal efficiency bonuses. Alright, so the whiteout is coming. We've got tons of food. We've got a lot of materials. We're building up coal. So we're getting 100 oil, 112 of this stuff. We're about to get more of it.
Our augmentaria are tirelessly working to manufacture a new, improved humankind. Tomorrow, it will be you.
So use augment abilities 10 times to form 10 augmented crews. Stuart, in the face of a more fervent faction, some Proteans have decided to desert the counter-protest and leave the faction altogether. We didn't sign up to fight crazy militants, said one deserter. Violence will not change our city for the better. It seems not all the Proteans were up to the task. Be wary of whom you send to counter-protest in the future. Members will leave their faction if you send them to counter-protest a faction with more fervor than theirs. Oh, fervor's decrease. I don't want that. Wait, so where do I do the augment? Oh, augment scouts. Install ice axes, crampons, and other specialized augments to form a crew of highly effective scouts based out of this augmentarium. Alright. So we gotta... Oh, damn. We gotta do that like 10 times. The Steward called on us. There was a time I thought we could all get along, but then they threatened the city, our city. That's when I saw them for what they are, firebrands and criminals. The Steward called on us, and we heeded the call. If not for us Proteans, who will stop these filthy legionnaires? So following the Proteans' counter-protest against the legionnaires, both factions radicalize. Well, darn. Things are getting a little heated. Augment guards, augment workers.
Recess has ended. The council sits.
All right. So the legionnaires like that, these guys like that. Good demand per capita slightly decreased. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so the votes opened up to Twitch. Once again, I think we can let this ride. I don't think we need to negotiate for it. So we're going to just go right to the vote. So anybody out there on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go.
The delegates.
And there we go. It passed.
The law takes effect.
All right. So now we're gaining goods. Stuart, the foragers seem to be concerned by the radical ideas of some of the proteans. Some of them are family, but their ideals consume them, say one of the elders. They are still good people. We just need your authority to convince them to see reason. They ask you to decry the more extreme protean ideals. So the foragers have leverage when convincing them to abandon their radical ways. So this, if we condemn the radical ideas, activates the de-radicalized proteans community action, which reduces fervor and faction membership. Well, I don't really want that, actually. I need them. All right. But we are at the 2-hour mark, so we do have to take a quick 90-second break, pay homage to the gods of ads here, because we're about to get hit by ads. So we're going to take 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. So, let's unpause. Oop. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we're gaining coal. Is it enough to get us through the whiteouts? That much I do not know.
The Research Institute is ready to present its latest breakthrough.
All right. So we need hospitals. Yeah, here we go. So the teaching hospital, lower disease, raise research, recovery hospital, population growth is increased, or just no frills hospital. Now we'll go with the teaching hospital, because We're starting to get quite a bit of disease here.
Our scouts have charted a new...
All right, what did they find? Oh, excellent. Here we go. A coal mine found abandoned and nearly depleted. Its shafts marked with the names of the miners who have worked and died here over the years. We definitely want to connect this. So let's do that. Originally a weather station, a group of lost scouts survived in this camp by foraging and predicting temperature drops in exchange for supplies from nearby settlements. Over time, their community grew in size, but now it struggles to support itself. We could get some extra foragers. We'll probably do it, but let's see what this last one is. Ah, food. A new herd has been sighted in this area. More animals than our younger hunters have ever seen in their lives. An outpost here could increase our supply by 110 food. Its deposit of 77,000 food is depleted. Yeah, let's do that. And let's take these guys in. So once we get that additional coal thing, we'll really start adding in some coal. We got a good amount of time before the whiteout hits. We've got 18 weeks left here. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I keep forgetting. I gotta get more prefabs here. And then I need to start getting like the deep mining drill. Because it says we're running out of materials, but we have a deep deposit. So I need to get that. All right. You are getting quite a few sick.
Stuart.
I can use their ability, coordinate patient
Please
care.
queue in the central district for updated maps. Our scouts have charted new territory.
Ah. So let's get another housing block going. This will give us 25 shelter. That'll cover what we need there. Let's see what we found. What was this? Smoke rises from a simple fire at the center of these shacks where women sell pelts, furs, and meat to any traveler on behalf of their husbands. Our scouts noted that the trackers themselves stay absent for weeks at a time, as if preferring the open frostland to their families' huts. Nevertheless, if we invite the women and children to Hamcut's Heights, the men will surely follow. We'll come back. Buried under the snow lies an old steelworks that was converted into some sort of photographic laboratory. Discarded daguerreotypes lie all around the place. All of the same two men, each glancing over one shoulder back at the viewer. The core The core-powered forge of the steelworks remains intact, an advanced design that can be repurposed to produce many exotic materials. We could salvage its core or take the machine back to Hamcut's Heights to pull apart for study. Well, you can always use cores. Oh, a new technology will be unlocked on arrival. We have 4 cores. I feel like I'm making a big mistake, because I feel like in this game, never pass up a core. But we really do need to get some new tech going. We'll take that. Monumental natural rock formation in the shape of an archway. Our scouts have engraved it with the names of their fallen comrades and halt to offer a salute whenever they pass by. Coal and cores. Coal and cores. People and food. Interestingly, though, I mean, our stockpile of food. I guess, yeah, we really do need the coal. So we'll take these planes right here. And we could really use another stockpile. Do we have more coal on the map here? No. So...
Our researchers have developed a new idea and await their next task.
Oh, yeah. Let's raise everything up. Though I would like to stockpile more coal. Yeah, so maybe not the best. Yeah, I think we can make the workplaces chilly, except for food. Well, hold on. Let's research. No, not that. Oh no, we're still we're still doing the hospital. Okay. Wait, so what was it that we just uncovered? Or the foundry, which in the end we don't actually need. Yeah, let's go this way. There's somewhere over here that has a food colony. Oh yeah, see, now we can use the now we can use prefabs. All right. Yeah, when we lose this 150 coal, we're going to be a little sorry about that. So maybe we start frostbreaking out to this steam.
Recess has ended. The council sits again.
All right. What are we passing this time? Oh yeah, surplus heat. Here we go. Trust rises. The Legionnaires will like that. Generate more heat stamps. Not bad. What else do we have, though? Oh yeah, here we go. Harvesting funerals. Disease is slightly decreased. We could use this. Let's go for this. Because we got a problem with disease right now. So vote is opened up to Twitch. We have 44. We'll probably be okay. We probably aren't going to negotiate this again. We're not going to negotiate this because we're at 40. So I think we're going to let this ride. So we're going to go to vote. So anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. I haven't had any parts to work on since lunch, and we start cleaning up in about 45 minutes. Luckily, my network connection on my phone is more stable today. Oh, nice, nice. Nice, sometimes it is nice to have a slow day at work, right? I know sometimes that can be like, make the day drag. But I don't know, I feel like late in the day on a Friday, a slow amount of work is not so bad, right? Alright. Oh, augment workers, augment guards. Oh, we gotta unlock that stuff. Now, what's this other stuff? Exploration time is decreased. Exploration costs in Frostland teams is marginally decreased. Okay. We can boost augmentation. So this will... Oh, we can increase the workforce. Or we can get more guards. Let's increase the workforce. Because that'll get us doing one more of those. Yes, yes. After teaching hospital, what we need is the deep mining drill. What other deep deposits do we have? It's just materials. Yeah, materials is the only one. Oh yeah, but we can... Let's frostbreak that, because we can use that. It's been a bit of a slog, but getting to just chill and listen to the stream isn't a bad way to spend my Friday. Plus, it's better than this morning when I was catching up on news. Oh god, yeah. The news... It's always so depressing nowadays, right? Nowadays. I feel like it's been that way for a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Melting deep deposits. So we need to get to 100 heat stamps. But first, we really do need to build a teaching hospital. We need 100 heat stamps. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, you know the news is bad when you end up playing a game like this as an escape. Yeah, let's put it there. So we'll decrease disease. We do need to really increase the population a lot, though, if we're going to get our metropolis going. Yeah, lovely to hear we're rebooting McCarthyism. Yeah, and the House of Un-American Affairs Committee, I know. Like, my god, the biggest threat to the country is communism. Like, oh my god. We're really pulling out the greatest hits here, huh? God, we just need more heat stamps. There we go. Damn, okay, so we need to Frostbreak 1. And then a material stockpile. Put that right here. And then an extraction district. There we go. Oh, that's right, we gotta finish frostbreaking the rest of it. Yeah. At least in a game I can actually do something to change things. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's true. Maybe that's why it's the escapism. I actually have some control over things in this. Unlike life. The podcast I was listening to was roasting Narco Rubio. Pretty good for having nothing to support his Cuba conspiracy theories, except a couple of things from the 70s. But yeah, the left wing is this in this country is definitely the problem. I know. That guy has absolutely no backbone whatsoever. Yeah, we'll augment guards. After what Trump said about his wife way back when, to sit here and like kowtow to this guy. I don't know how you stay married to somebody like that. Who sit there and go praise the person that publicly criticize your appearance like that. I just don't get that. Alright, so let's get another one going here. Oh, we have an incoming whiteout coming. So we're doing steam first, then oil, then coal. Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu, and here they are strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Oh, please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's gotta get through to them. So the lack of law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Oh, whoops, I clicked it like a day too early.
Recess has ended.
Alright. So contagion prevention. Oh, strong blood banks. Disease is slightly decreased. Heat stamps is marginally decreased. Unlocked by the proteins. Oh, wait, sorry. Disease is significantly decreased. Yeah, I do like this. We'll do this. All right, the vote is open on Twitch. Anybody who wants to vote. We're definitely not negotiating this, though, because we're over the 51 already. So we're going to take this one to vote. But anybody who does want to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. JD Vance is the same. Yeah. Trump and his ilk have said some pretty vile stuff about his wife and kids. And all he has to say about it is, but Antifa is worse. I know. And I don't know what he's talking about. I love my Aunt Tifa. good old Auntie T. Oh, hello, hello. Moose. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate it. Thank you. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are playing some Frostpunk 2 here. Howdy, yeah, howdy to you. Welcome in. We are playing some Frostpunk 2 and solving the problems of the world. As one does.
Please queue in the
Oh, here we go, yes. So, melting deep deposits. Exactly what we need here.
have charted new territory.
Alright, so we're going to take... Oh. So we can actually alter the district in a way, and now it'll include the deep deposit. Been lurking since you're on the big screen. Dropped a follow as I continue to nod with what you've been saying. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk as well. I always appreciate a good lurk. Always, always good. Yeah, I know, right? Like, the thing that I find even worse, though, about J.D. Vance is, I mean, he let his feelings on Trump be known way back when, right? And so, I mean, I guess you could say this for a lot of people, but I think the thing that pisses me off the most about J.D. Vance is that he knows how bad Trump is. He expressed that. But now that he got his chance to be the vice president, all of that went out the window. Because he's like, oh, I got a chance to advance my career. These people have managed to place their camp in a crevice safe from the freezing wind. Hunters and gatherers, some travel for days looking for game before returning to feed their families. They have a small shrine. We don't know to whom these people are praying, but they seem to be praying we will take them to Hamcut's Heights. We'll take them in because we need more people to complete the Metropolis thing. The Iron Mountain, an old steamboat, sits frozen in the water, its hull painted in stars and stripes, its tall twin funnels breaking the horizon. Our scouts found the hold full of coal, no bodies on board. A shipping manifest on the bridge notes a large quantity of copper wire rolls delivered to Mr. Tesla. The date is illegible. Can we even take more coal? No, our stockpiles are full, so we'll come back to that. And we got these things over here. The remains of a dirigible lie scattered between two snowdrifts, its cabin half buried in the center of the wreckage. Our scouts inspected the cabin and found no room for a pilot or any living quarters. They did not recognize the foreign writing on the brass plates. Though the machine's mechanisms are beyond our scouts' understanding, they recognize a salvageable core in the engine. Yeah, we'll take the core. More coal. Shanties and furnaces still remain from when a community of hundreds supported these interconnected shafts along a deep coal vein. An outpost here could increase our supply. Yeah, so let's do it. Well, actually... yeah, I guess it would be easier if we waited. That's interesting. Okay. Also, love how MAGA's like my dad will say, we're the ones with our heads buried in the sand, then unironically support anti-fascists without an iota of critical thinking about what that implies. Yeah, a lot of them did when he first ran. Yeah, but then they saw it as an opportunity to get access to power, and that's all they really care about is power, truth, and integrity be damned. I mean, I think that's the thing that's just so disheartening. It's like how do I articulate this? You would hope the people that are going to bring down American democracy are like smarter than this. But like it's like if Elmer Fudd actually got Bugs Bunny. You know? Like, really? Elmer Fudd was the one who did it? Like, Our country is being ruined by a bunch of Elmer Fuds. And you're just like, I thought this person was a caricature. I didn't know he actually took Elmer Fudd seriously. But that's where we're at. Unfortunately. Alright, let's, you know, okay. We can get people on our side. Yeah, no. If we make their houses warm, we have the coal for it. So why don't we go for it? Yeah, there we go. People are really going to trust us now. Because everybody's warm. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to be building
Rally organizers
these things. Yeah, we need more heat
any
stamps.
discarded leaflets after the event.
So let's frost break. We're going to build another industrial district here. Ah, there we go. God, there's supposed to be like a... They said there's a... There's a food colony somewhere around here. Well, alright, let's launch an expedition to go get some oil. One of the biggest things I got from learning about the history of people like them is that they're kind of always this ridiculous, but they're still dangerous. The silver lining is that it almost... Stuart, a large group of people have set up camp outside the city by one of our checkpoints. They claim to be relatives of outsiders we let in. My daughter is alone in there, said a distressed mother. You need to let me in. She needs me. After checking, we told her that her daughter, a 15-year-old laundress, is safe and doing well, but the mother won't budge. Like her, the others are refusing to leave until they are let in. What should we do? Yeah, let's leave families together. We're going to switch to allow everyone. We can do a new law. Oh, you know what? Yes. Let's get some guard enforcers in case things start going south again. Alright, so we're going to open this up for a vote. I don't think I'll need to negotiate this. We need more votes than the regular 51 for this. But I think we got it. So, we're going to go to a vote. So anybody on Twitch who wants to vote and has a chance, going once, going twice. Here we go. Yeah, so we need 67. Yeah, there we go. I'm very much trusted right now, so now's the time for that. Silver lining is that it almost never lasts too long because they have no interest in maintaining the functions of government. They just want to weaponize the tools of the state against their enemies. Eventually, it catches up to them. Yeah, I mean, that's what I don't understand is like after this guy is done, what then? You know, like, there's so many precedents that have been destroyed here. Like, what is your plan after this, which is just, it's just crazy. Oh, hey, Jabba, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing there? Got my first paycheck today, and well, all that extra hassle definitely worth it. Yes, yes. There you go. I am happy to hear that, my friend. I know you've it's been a trying time, so I'm glad to hear that it's paid off. You should get yourself something. Get yourself a train game on the Steam train sale. You deserve it. Very nice, very nice. Good to see you. How's it going? Yeah, we need to be building more of these. So augment workers. Now, where would we build this? Can increase workforce. Maybe let's frost break around here. How's it going with you, man? Are you doing better? I am. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I am doing better. Oh, it was a rough middle of the week, but I am back now. God, I was majorly dehydrated for a little bit. So, like, now I'm feeling okay, but during the day today, every now and then, I'll reach a point where I'm like, oh my God, I'm suddenly, like, totally fatigued just for a little bit, and then I'm back up. But I'm doing okay. Stuart, empowered by your support, the Proteans have extended their activities to a new district. Their members can be seen on every corner, and they now hold periodic rallies near this district's main hub as well. They ask again what they should focus on next to keep supporting the city. Yeah, this time well, no, I feel like I still need the heat stamps. Do the heat stamps. Yeah, disease is absent again. Congrats, always a good feeling. Yeah, yeah. The rabbit took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket. How come no one shanked him and took it, eh? Are rabbits even real? Gotta ask Miss. Reading's hard, but it's fun, and you rarely get cut. Mabel whines it don't help scouts in the Frostland. And how do they read them maps is what I answered that tosser. One day I'll write books myself with plenty of sword fights and no snow. Mandatory school promises a better future for the children of the city. Oh, wonderful. Oh, geez. And it's not your insulin, right? No, yeah, no, it's not my insulin, luckily. Yeah. No, if I had an issue with the insulin, that would be much more of an emergency, we would say. Luckily, that's all good. Use the augment workers. Oh, I don't need to build more. Ah, I just need to do that. Okay. Oh, and we have a tree point. Yes. What's human cores? Selected volunteers are merged with high-tier augments through experimental procedures to form a core. What? Oh my God. Yeah, let's do protein guides. We'll do that. Exploration time is decreased. All right, so this is off now.
Please, be patient with our teaching hospital.
Oh, we got the deep melting. Okay. What do we need next? Wait, we didn't go for foundries, though. You know... Wait, I thought the alcohol thing here... Oh, here is city-run alcohol shops. Yeah, so we'll get 3 heat stamps. Yeah, I should research some watchtowers. In case the Legionnaires start acting up again. Let's do that. But so I should have the deep melting drill now. Yes. Excellent. There we go. We'll get this back on track to give us materials. And when we get to 40 heat stamps, we can build another industrial zone there. Oh. We also need a dense housing block. Okay. Give us some funds so that we can build some houses. Augment, yes, augment guards. All right, so I've done all the optional ones, so now I just need to do that 7 more times.
A new council session is now in order.
So give us more guards. And what law do we want now? So the Legionnaires will like this. Crime is slightly decreased. I'm very popular right now, though, so I might be able to do one of these again. Unlocks the enlist the Stewart's militia. And we should do guided voting. Yeah, let's do this. I will like the fact that I have this ability later on. Vote is opened up to Twitch. So anybody who's on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. I think, though, once again, I don't need to negotiate. Man, we really got lucky with randomizing with the randomized factions at the beginning of the run. Because it really gave us some factions that really agree with each other. All right, so we're not going to negotiate. We're going to take this to vote. So anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
Excellent. I don't understand this game. It's basically like, so you're building districts. You have, I refer to your expertise. So you have housing districts to house people, food districts for food, extraction districts. So these are things that just get you resources. So like materials, coal, oil, or steam. And basically you have stockpiles of all of these. So you need to meet the demands. You need like either a population increase. You need like coal, oil, steam to keep the generator running and keep all of the districts warm. Then you need to house people like like we're clearly not doing right now. Then you have materials. Materials are used to maintain the buildings. And then you have goods. This is kind of like a general placeholder for any type of like goods that people need, you know, like basic just necessities and stuff. And you need materials in order to make them. So it's kind of like a what do you call it? Like a production chain type of game. Then you also have the logistics district, which give you Frostland teams. And so you have the surrounding area that you can search for various things like people, materials, stuff like that. And so the basic idea behind the game is just survive. You have these factions down here. So you have the smaller groups, the communities. And the communities will all eventually form a faction. And then each faction has its, like, counterpart that goes against them. And so you're trying to manage the relationships with all of them. You have the tension of the city here, which is really low right now. If this goes all the way up, tension is high. They kick you out as the leader of the city. This is your trust. So trust is really high right now. If it goes all the way down, they kick you out. And so you get a game over. So essentially it's keep everybody fed, warm, and happy, or they boot you out of the city. The elevator broke again. It's the newcomer kids, I'm sure. Little imps ride it up and down all day. Parents are no better. They push into the queues, buy up all the meat, get drunk and rowdy like wild animals. What do they contribute to the city? Who do they think they are, acting like they own the place? You amended the Allow Productive Outsiders law to let in whole families, regardless of their qualifications. Well, damn, Veronica Petite. 73, a caretaker. It's the apocalypse. You gotta let people in. Damn, I think we're gonna need a new housing district.
The Research Institute is ready to present its latest breakthrough.
All right. I should do this now, settlement heating. Because I'll need this once we find a place to put a settlement. We've got a lot of workforce. Not a lot of guard squads, so let's get guards. Okay, so we're out of oil. Oh. A massive dome-shaped snow house constructed from blocks of compacted snow. Completely empty. It seems to have held some kind of feast. By the look of it, it could be decades old. Oh, speak of the devil, there's more oil. The remains of a settlement surrounded by derricks at the center of this oil rig. It seems its first residents had plenty of fuel, but no furnaces warm enough to face the frost. Yeah, let's connect it. All right, launch the expedition there. Need 20 for that. 20 for that. Launch one there. Hey, Loki Pokey. Hello, hello. Tension is good to establish your captainhood. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Tension is good to establish that? Isn't it good to have... It's good to have low tension,
Is now
right?
in order.
Welcome in, though. Thanks for coming to the stream. Hey, Mauricio, what's up, What's up, my friend? Hi, Ham and all. Hope we don't freeze to death. Yeah. So far, well, we're going to knock on wood here, right? So far, so good, but we will see. We shall see. Oh, we never built that second industrial zone. So that we get more goods here. Oh, we can do a new law. I like to think in this game, the people living in the Sahara are relaxing at balanced out temperatures with their automated robots. I know, right? I wonder what, like in the actual Ice Age, I wonder what were the temperatures in like the hottest places on the planet. I wonder. Yeah, we're going to need to do a lot of negotiation to get dutiful youth. But we can do the surplus heat. Oh yeah, warm housing districts generate heat stamps. We definitely want to do that. All right. So the vote is opened up on Twitch. So anybody who wants to vote on Twitch, now's your chance. I don't think we're going to negotiate this one once again. Very lucky with all of our protein laws here. But anybody on Twitch, you can, if you're on desktop, not mobile, you can install the Twitch companion, and it lets you vote in these elections here. But I don't think we're going to negotiate. We're going to let this ride. So, anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. And we got it.
The eyes have it.
Yeah, so we got some warm districts, so... Oof, look at that. Oh, I don't really see anything for the warm districts, though. Yes, Loki Pokey. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh. Alright, we got 36 weeks left on the food. Yeah, we need to find... We need to find that food place. I should frost break out to here. Yeah, let's do that, because we can get another logistics thing out this way. Oh! Alright, this is out. So now let's frost break out this way. And there we go. Let's expand it. Oh, you know...
A whiteout
I almost forgot about the whiteout. Oh my god. Okay. I've been preparing for the whiteout. I kind of forgot about it, I'll be honest. Played this a little bit. Fae Factions is the one that screamed, "Become more!" Oh yeah, isn't that the Ice Bloods? Until the end game. Yeah. Yeah, the ones that like walk around shirtless wrestling bears. I think that's them. So we've got a ton of materials. So we can turn that off. Let's turn it off. Turn off the logistics centers. Keep the food going. Keep the coal coming. When... Yeah, iron remaining. So 49 weeks there. That's cutting it close. It gives us 30 weeks. People can be chilly. All right, I think that's good. Oh, that gives us 22 weeks. How long is this whiteout going to last for? Oof. That's interesting. I can't believe it took us the whole stream to get to the first whiteout. Kind of crazy. Oh, you know what? We also... There we go. We can lower that a little bit. Ooh, 14 weeks. You know what? People can be chilly during a whiteout. Yeah, so just heat producing stuff. 18 weeks. Yeah, settlement heating. I mean, this can't go on longer than 17 weeks, right? Right? 47 weeks on that, 99 weeks on the food. The goods, I mean, yeah, whatever. Interesting, that doesn't need to be heated. See, I wish on here I could see, like, exactly how long this is going to be. Like, what week does this end on? God, negative 60 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
Evacuated outpost workers. Report for rescue duty.
What is negative 60 Celsius. In Fahrenheit. Negative 76. It's quite a bit. Oh, jeez. I know, right? Oh, I love that the council is still meeting during this time. What do we got going on the council? What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? All right, we'll vote on Dutiful Youth here. We'll open it up to Twitch. Negative 60 is crazy cold. I don't even think I can relate how cold that would be. I know, seriously, right? Like, what do you even do at that point? Construct a salvaging factory? We can do that. Your hair would freeze instantly. Probably. Probably. Who else can we negotiate with? Enact service exemptions. Oh, use a community action. Heat homes. Yeah, we can do that. You just perish. Exactly. You're just like, well, we had a good run, everybody. Good night. All right. I think we're going to take this to vote now. So anybody on Twitch who wants to vote, now's your chance. Going once. Going twice. Here we go. All right. Well, we're not going to do heat homes on the merchants during the storm. But we can build a salvaging factory. It won't get turned on yet, but we can certainly do it. 17 weeks.
The Research Institute has concluded its latest task and is ready.
Yeah, let's do housing insulation. So unlocks the insulate district ability in housing districts that permanently increases the temperature level by 1. So we'll do that. Okay, disease is staying where it is. Crime is growing just because we ain't got any more goods. Or at least I would. I don't do great in the cold. I love the mountains. Yeah. See, I don't do so well in the heat. Forger's demands met. Very nice. I don't mind the cold so much. Well, I say that, but, you know, I think negative 60 would be my limit. I don't think I would do well in this one either. So we got plenty of stuff to get through this. It's just the coal. But it looks like this is going to end fairly soon. Oh, and this is about to deplete in 2 weeks. Yikes. That might put a wrench in things. Although, it'll make less demand for heat, because we won't have to heat that district. Always look on the bright side of things. Alright, 12 more weeks. Oh boy. You know, I probably should have also researched an upgrade to these districts. to the steam districts. I mean, it's done. The icon is like almost gone. Oh. Alright, that coal district is finally done. Well, that's not good. 22 weeks. Interesting. So even though we're not getting the coal anymore, our coal's going to last longer just from not heating that district. I kind of prefer the cold to the heat. I can always add layers, exactly. But I can only take off so much. Both have their extremes, though. Negative 60 would probably take me out. But I've experienced well over 110 Fahrenheit. Whoa. And that was a special kind of hell. That sounds awful. Yeah, that's always how I've been. I'm always like, well, I can always put on more layers. I'm one of those people that's like never cold. I'm always like blasting the air conditioner.
From all corners of the city, the council gathers.
It really depends for me. Yeah. Yeah, you know, actually, I will say, yeah, recent years, sometimes in the winter, I find myself lately getting really cold. There's been streams where in this office it'll get really cold and I'll be like sitting there shivering. I'm just rail thin, so I have no natural insulation. Oh, I feel whatever it is pretty intensely. Yeah. Yeah, see, I've got a lot of insulation. Years and years of drinking prepared me for the cold. What is this? Like, the whiteout is gone off of the timeline.
Citizens, our researchers have completed.
But 100 with no wind and blazing sun, no thanks. Humidity also matters a lot. Yes, humidity is a killer. Oh my god. There have been days just this summer where it's been like in the upper 70s, maybe like 77. But with humidity, it just feels awful. And then the other day, I was going to pick up my kids from the bus stop. It was 82, and I couldn't believe it because it felt amazing outside. It felt great, but because there was absolutely no humidity. 17 weeks. Yeah, desert in Kuwait on a blacktop flight line. Oof. That does not sound fun. I'm sorry, my friend. Does not sound fun. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but the game is tied to the lights on my headset, as well as my keyboard and mouse. Normally it's been blue the whole time, but because of this whiteout, it's like red. I just noticed my keyboard and mouse are all flashing red right now. That's another cool thing this game does with like the Razer Chroma thing with their keyboard and stuff. It matches the game to the lighting on all my stuff. How is it really gonna go until this gets there? Oh man, this is gonna be close. We got 6 more weeks of coal. We've also only got 18 more weeks of this food. North of 110, it's a dry heat. Doesn't mean much. But I also had a few days in Qatar on deployment, and 95 Fahrenheit with 98% humidity is even worse than Kuwait. Oh, 98% humidity. Yeah, in 95 weather? No, thank you. Yeah, that sounds disgusting. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry you had to do that one. Oh my god, we are not gonna make it. We're gonna run out. We might get there though, we might get there. We've got 4 weeks. Funny though how We had plenty of food and materials. Weeks. Oh my god. It's getting close, it's getting close. It's gotta be almost here. 2 more weeks. I think we're just gonna make it. Once we get to that. And then, of course, the temperature is gonna drop again. All in all, though, we don't have that much sick. I mean, it's because everybody's housed, fed, and warm for the time being. We got 1 week left. Yeah, there was no way to escape it in Qatar. Felt like I was sweating even in a swimming pool, at least in Kuwait. The temperature dropped about 20 degrees under shade, and the nights are pretty mild. Yeah, that's what's crazy about the desert, is that it gets so hot, and then at night it's actually cold, which is such a weird feeling. Oh my god, we made it! We'll last for 3 days, look at that. Okay. Very quickly, we gotta turn this back on. Let's lower the heat level all around. All right. Now we've got to turn everything back on. How come, though? Like, we lost this. Yes. Take the coal. Bring it home. Forgot about that one. Under the snow lies a settlement from the old times. Its people long gone, and its structures damaged and decaying by the frost. Materials. We don't need as much right now. Oh, here we go. We finally found it. A materials colony. We can see that many structures once stood here. Over time, it seems they were all converted into mobile wagons. Then, all at once, they departed. They've left behind a source of materials that could maintain our city for centuries. Which we don't need. Plus I work night shift most of the time, so I didn't have to deal with the heat during work. They did switch me over to days for a month in July. I think they were trying to kill me. Yeah, and in the winter, the temp change is wild. We had to bring jackets with us to dinner because even though it was 90 on the way there, it would be 30 to 40 by the time we got out. Oh my god. Yeah, I know it. When I visit family in Algeria, it's kind of like that. Like, it's so hot during the day, and then at night, I'm like shivering under a blanket. It's just crazy. Ugh. Well, alright though. I think though, we're at the stopping point for the night. We had a good start tonight. We got a good start to the city. We're on our way to creating our metropolis. We're almost done with this thing. So we're moving along. Breach of Trust, the new DLC, is a lot of fun. I like it a lot. But yeah, that will be it for tonight. So, thank you for hanging out and watching tonight, everybody. Radical Anarchist, always good to hang out with you, my friend. Jabba, thank you very much. Anybody else who's there? Mauricio, Loki Pokey. Anybody else? Yeah, have a good weekend, my friend. See you next week. Yep. Oh yeah, you reminded me. So that's it for my streams for the week. I don't stream on the weekend. So next time I'll be on will be Tuesday morning for my regularly scheduled Victoria 3 stream. So that'll be the next time I'm on, but that'll be it for tonight. So thank you for hanging out tonight, everybody. Very fun, as always. We will be doing more Frostpunk 2 next week on Friday. So if you want more Frostpunk 2, same time, same place next week. Hey, Moose Moose, yes, take it easy. Oh, there you are. Thank you, thank you. Good to... Thanks for hanging out. This was fun. I'll definitely have to check this game out. Yeah. Thanks for helping me get through a dead day at work. Yeah, of course. I'm so glad I could help you with that. I know how that can be. See you Tuesday. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you all on Tuesday. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.